good evening, everybody. Oh, it's so nice to have us back all together. We had 6 weeks of the Spring Forward training, and I feel like, I don't even know, I know 6 weeks wasn't the beginning of the year, but I feel like I've not really connected with everyone for ages. And I wanted to try and get as many people on as possible because there have been new people that have joined and, since we've started. And I thought it would actually be quite nice, cameras on, before we get into anything, is just to kind of quickly go around, if you're happy to just unmute and just sort of say hi, your name and who you're sponsored by, just so people get to know and see a face, because I think there's loads of like messages, isn't there, in the chat. We don't actually know who everyone is. So I'm going to start with Gemma because you're first on my little order.
Cool. Good evening, everybody. So yeah, I'm Gemma Hollingworth. Jade is my sponsor, and this was back in sort of end of September, October. So I'm relatively a newbie still. So yeah, I try to answer as many questions on the chat, but it's all. I think everybody's dibs in and helps out. So it's lovely to welcome the new people and see lots of faces on the screen tonight.
Oh, amazing. Thanks, Gemma. Chelly, you're next on my grid.
Hi, well, my name is Graciela, but my nickname is Chelly, just so you know. And I was sponsored by Jade, I think it was March 2018. And yeah, I know. But everybody here is really nice, so you will love it.
Oh, thank you, Chelly. And then Jamie.
Yeah, so I'm Jamie. I'm sponsored by the Chappers down here somewhere. I'm fairly new as well, joined in October, and I need to get my ass in gear because I've had the laziest month ever this month, so I need to kick up the bum, so feel free to kick me up the bum, people. I need some accountability. I think I hit DM and then it was like, oh, okay. So I need to get my butt back in gear.
Amazing. Well, we're going to sort that out tonight. Sally, over to you, my lovely.
Hi, I'm Sally. I was sponsored by Zara, who doesn't do the business, who was sponsored by Kaylee, who was sponsored by Jade. So a bit of a trail there. And I have, what year are we in? 4 years, I think, I've been doing this. So yes, that's it from me.
Oh, thank you, Sally. Rachel, fit.
Sorry, I missed the start. Are we just saying who we are?
No, it's because some new people on, just to sort of like, so we've got faces, name just who you are and who sponsored by.
Okay, so my name is Rachel and I was sponsored by Kaylee Moore, who was obviously sponsored by Jade. And yeah, it was four years in January, so 4 and 3 months, something like that, whatever month we're in now. So yeah.
It goes so quick. Like, I can't believe we're in our 4th year. So weird. And then Alex, don't be scared. We're just going to say who you are and who you're sponsored by.
Hi, I'm Alex and I'm sponsored by Jade.
Oh, thank you. I think it's just nice to because we're in the chat and actually no one knows, do they, really, who each other is. So there are, hoping it's not. Yeah, it's not for me. Let me just double check Sophia's got the code right, or if someone could pop it in the chat for me, is that okay? And then we'll get started with the training. So just streaming on the back off. So I want this to be really informal. This is, oh, hang on, before we get started, I'm gonna ask Jess. Hi, Jess. Jess is also new, so I'm gonna put you on the spot, Jess. We've just gone round, just introduce ourselves. I just thought it'd be nice for everyone to meet you and say hello and who you sponsored by.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I've just got back from my daughter just started a private tutor, so I've just literally got back from that. So I was like, trying to get back. So I'm Jess, and I think I'm on sort of week 3 now, I think, and I'm sponsored by Jade, and I'm just really learning it all. So.
Doing amazing, thank you. Obviously we've got Gemma, Chelly's over in Canada, we've got Jamie, Sally, Rachel and Alex, so everyone just give her a wave, and hopefully it just helps you put like names to faces, and everyone is so lovely and here to help in the group and the chat. So tonight I'm just going to jump on the back of Jamie, what you said, Gemma, what you've said in the chat, Alex, what you said in the chat. this month's been very strange, and there's lots of like, I don't know whether it's coming out of lockdown, what it may be, but I really want us to kind of just strip back before we get started tonight. And tonight my training is really going to be about attracting who you are. So attracting who you are, and to really know where you're going with this, and to really bring that back, because I think once we get into that just unfolds a whole inner confidence that you just don't even realize you've got. When you are like 100% certain who you are, who you're attracting, where you're going, like the confidence level in terms of how you move forward the business just completely changes. But I do think we need to forget about what's happened today. So I'm going to open us up with a meditation, and I did this with the areas last week. Hope you don't mind, Rachel, I'm going to repeat this. But it was a really, really nice cleansing, clear meditation. Has anyone not meditated before? Jess. Okay, so we're going to throw you in. It's just going to be a guided meditation, and this is about basically cutting the cords of everything that's happened today, the weekend, last week, in April, whatever it may be, and then we can get started with the training with a fresh mind, that whatever has happened today, whatever we felt about today is gone, and we can start the training afresh today, and we're going to start an amazing, amazing week. So just get yourselves really nice and comfortable. Pillow, you might want to get some earphones, or get yourselves just somewhere where you can sit nice and comfortably upright. We're not going to sleep. This is going to be a really nice meditation, but this is, for me, I just love this, and it helps me completely just refocus. So not that one. Let's get started.
Thank you so much for joining me today for our meditation practice.
Jade, there's no sound.
So find a comfortable place to sit down, or even lay down if you need to. Just be careful that you do not fall asleep.
Sorry.
If you're seated, place your hands on your knees in Yana or Chin Mudra, where you connect the thumb and index finger, or simply have your palms open, resting comfortably on your knees. Take a long inhale, feeling that oxygen entering your body. And then slowly release everything with your gentle and calming exhalation. Give yourself and your mind permission to settle in this present moment. Feel your body in whatever position it is, grounded, centered, and relaxed. I understand the mind might find it really difficult right now to turn off the thoughts and the worries, but know that you are in control of your mind, and you are able to simply make a choice right now to pause. Just pause. Breathe in and let it go. You may be experiencing a lot of uncertainty in your life right now, but just know that with every challenge and pain we are faced with in life, within those moments is where incredible strength and growth develops within us. And in the moment of pain and struggle, it may be really difficult to understand that there is something we will take from this, and that it will help us along this path of human experience. But I truly believe that nothing is brought to us without a greater divine purpose of evolving us through this journey of human life. So right now, as you listen to my voice, I want you to simply exhale and let all of that fear and tension melt away out of your body out of your mind, out of your being, even just for this moment. Inhale and exhale. Remember that there is great power within you, and that power will guide your way through the storm. Believe in it, believe in yourself, and never allow the external circumstances of the outside world diminish that inner flame that burns within you. I want you to take another deep breath in and simply relax. Everything is going to be okay. Take another deep breath in, allowing yourself to settle down even deeper into the stillness that you are experiencing externally and internally at this very moment. This stillness is always here within you. It is your neutral state of being, the state of complete presence and self-awareness. And now in this presence, we are going to come back to ourselves, connect to our heart, to find true peace and love that is within us. Take another deep breath in and let it go. Feel the body slowly letting go. Feel the mind slowly letting go. Be present in all that you are, a beautiful, radiant being of light. Breathe in and out. To welcome calmness and peace today, we are going to repeat a very simple mantra of gratitude. This is something you can practice every morning and evening or any time of the day. A phrase and mantra that allows your mind to focus on the positive, beautiful things around you. And even if it is hard for you to find something to be grateful for right now, as you may be going through a very difficult time in your life, but just remember, even giving thanks for the most simple gifts of life, like your breath, like having this moment to yourself, could be enough to begin to cultivate that beautiful energy from within. So as you allow yourself to go deeper within, feel free to place your hands in Anjali Mudra, or as some call it, the prayer position, with the palms of your hands together. Or you can just keep the hands exactly where they are. And here, I just want you to repeat a very simple mantra. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As you begin to say these simple 2 words, try to fully feel it, not just saying the words themselves, but attaching this energy to the words and turning it into gratitude towards the universe. Truly feeling it within you and speaking it from your heart. Thank you for my breath. Thank you for my strength. Thank you. And allow yourself to finish that sentence with whatever comes through your heart. As you repeat this simple mantra and connect deeper to your heart, find even the smallest of gifts in your life to be thankful for. Thank you for the strength to be able to be with myself in this time. Thank you for the love around me. Thank you for the support. Continue to repeat this from your heart. Feel it. Find everything that's beautiful in your life that you can give thanks for. Even if your health is not doing well right now, may you give thanks for your strength that you have. Thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you for my body. Thank you for my mind. Thank you for my health. Thank you for the people around me that care for me. Thank you. Continue to repeat this and allow your heart to speak. It's okay to feel emotions rising if they do. Just send your love and gratitude out from your heart and watch what comes up and what releases. Stay here for a moment with yourself, surrounded by the energy of gratitude and love. Now slowly feel free to release your hands back to your knees or keep them wherever is comfortable for you. take this opportunity to come back to your breath. Breathe in and let it go. Just let it go. Sit with this feeling within you right now. Notice how you're feeling. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel more calm? Perhaps a little bit more blissful? Become aware of this beautiful energy that you have created within you with this simple mantra of gratitude. This is such a powerful tool for us to use in everyday life, but especially when challenge is brought forward to us. Because it is in those moments when our mind and ego clings to lack and fear that we must fight to keep our strength and presence through love and gratitude. I encourage you to practice this in any moment you find throughout your day, whether it is at the end of your practice, before bed, or in bed when you wake up. Practice being grateful for the miracles of life that we get to experience every single day. Each breath, each day is a blessing if you choose to see it that way, and the choice lies within you. Feel free to stay where you are in this beautiful, peaceful presence, or feel free to now slowly begin to open your eyes and simply sit with yourself. Give yourself time to process everything, or simply breathe in total silence and stillness. May you be blessed with health, with strength, and with all the love that you deserve. Thank you for being here with me on this journey. It has been an honor. Thank you. Namaste.
Okay, I hope, I really loved that one. And she said, I hope you do feel a little more sense of calm and ease, and whatever has happened today, kind of putting that aside now. And I do recommend, if you don't meditate daily, it's one of the biggest things that I've done, changed in my journey, probably since going for promotion to region. I've done every single day, and I just believe that is such a powerful exercise that you can do, and a gift you can give yourself every day. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Sometimes you feel a bit strange doing it the first time, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. So I'm going to get started, because I'm conscious we've only got 20 minutes, and I've written a few notes out, so if you see me just glancing down, and just recapping on some bits that I've learned, and just a few kind of nuggets of things that I just thought would help us. That's okay, Cara. Oh, hi, Cara. Hi, Sophia. She got on in the end. So really, this business and what it's about is transformation of yourself, transformation of who you want to attract. And the thing is, with this business, you will attract who you are, not what you want. So I'll say that again. You will attract who you are, not what you want. And I'm going to go back to, okay, so the lifeline and the lifeblood of this business is sponsoring, whether that's PCs and whether that's business builders into the business. But before we can think about sponsoring, let's just think about who we are as the sponsor, who we are as our true authentic self, and as an individual, really. Because like I say, you attract who you are, not what you want. Now, there's a really lovely quote, and I think it was Fiona who said this to me, and I've had it written down in my book, and it says, "People are like stained glass windows. They sparkle and shine when the sun is out. But when the darkness sets in, their true beauty is revealed only when there is a light from within." So, do you like yourself? Do you love yourself, more to the point? Because it's really finding that sense of self-belief, knowing exactly who you are and having that complete confidence in that, which seems like it's so far removed. It seems like this is a bit out there, but really knowing that, because when we look at Arbonne, to me, you know, this isn't about just beauty and skincare or whatever the products are. You know, it can be that, but it is a business, you know, and really trying to get to grips with starting something for yourself and learning and growing yourself in that way. And this business will change you if you let it. So I am not the person that I once was when I started this business. In fact, just a fraction. And I know a lot of the leaders and the people that have been in the business for longer, you know, will say that they've catastrophically, can't get the words out, changed because of what this business like enables you to do. You know, you deal with so much setbacks and rejection, and it just builds your resilience, and it builds you to be a stronger person, and you become more confident in who you are. So finding you first really in this business is the most important thing before you get started. That's just the one main thing, finding you first, and then becoming the leader, and then helping people by being the change. So what does that mean? So finding you first, completely being at ease with that, completely understanding who you are, who you're helping, then becoming that leader and driving that forward, and then helping other people by being the change, helping other people by seeing that change in you, seeing that strength within you. So a lot of the time we end up putting so much pressure on ourselves. We're looking at like me, we're looking at the leaders, we're looking at the RVPs, we're looking at everyone else around us of how they're running the business, or you're comparing yourself to who's sponsoring who or who's achieving what, whatever it may be. I really want you to think about with this, like look at, for example, Fiona McCarthy. She is the leader in our team. She is up there at the top. Doesn't it just take the pressure off you knowing that Fiona from start, for the whole 13 years she's been in business, and Fiona's background, she was a soldier, she never wore skincare, makeup, she still doesn't wear lipstick to this day. Doesn't it just take the pressure off knowing that you don't have to be perfect on social media, you don't have to be perfect about talking about the products? In fact, she doesn't look, I mean, just look at her Instagram. I think she's got someone doing it for her, and that's only just been in the last like 2 months, and she won't mind me saying that. You know, she's never done a WhatsApp party or even got a Facebook group for her clients. But she, you know, taking that pressure off yourself and thinking like you need to mold yourself into this perfect mold. That isn't the case. I want you to be real comfortable with who you are. And then from that, you're going to know like who you attract. So a little bit of homework for you. Some of you will know these already. They used to be in the packaging, in the Arbonne boxes, something called Eye on Arbonne. And this was basically your story. So when you get to VP, RVP or MVP, you get asked to write your Eye on Arbonne. And it's basically like a news article. So it's your story in a nutshell. So it'd be Alex Tilley, Jessica Rattigan, Cara Smith, Chelly Oliveira. And then there's a strap line. So for example, Fiona, if you know her strap line is stake in the ground. She had stake in the ground. She was getting to the top no matter what. Have a look at this. Now, actually, they've changed a little bit, and they're not called Eye on Arbonnes, but they're called My Story. So you can go to the source, type in Arbonne My Story, and there's loads of videos and clips of people basically sharing it's like 10 minutes of their story to the top. So have a little look at that, and I want you to think about what is the title of your Eye on Arbonne. What are the people going to be reading as a future self, thinking Alex Tilley, Gemma Hollingworth, Jamie Wheeler, and your strapline? What is that going to be for you? Take the time to think about what your message is to the world. Who are you talking to? Who are the people that you have helped based on who you've become and who you once were? And finding that title is basically going to raise just your self-awareness and knowing that you are going, and knowing who you are, it's just going to raise your confidence. So knowing that title is going to raise your self-awareness, and knowing who you are is going to raise your confidence. Who you are in the business. the main thing that I found when I started Arbonne and or any business, knowing who you are really helps you in knowing where you're going to go. So I knew, you know, what the purpose was, why I was doing this, and I knew like where I was going to go. There was no doubt in my mind, you know, there was no, you know, worry about whether it was going to happen or not. I just knew who I was determined to get there, and I knew where I was going. So when I was talking, even as a team of one, nobody had joined my business for ages. Everyone laughed at pretty much my launch, but I just knew where I was going, and that conviction came out because I just knew who I was. Where am I? That's where I am. Yeah, so again, you know, we're not going to be the person that we once were at the start of the business, because you're going to be growing through this, just having that confidence of knowing where you're going. And this business will change you, like I say, as you let it. So what I want you to also think about is having awareness of those emotions throughout the day. So already, like today, we had some triggers of like, you know, things that are just like things that were thrown at us, emotions, self-talk. How are we writing messages? What are we saying to ourselves? Really catching yourself in that moment. This is going to be really key. Some people don't even allow like self-talk to come in. They're just very driven, like goal orientated. Where's the next QV coming from? But there's probably about 80%, 90% of us that have a lot of this like chimp on the shoulder, you know, telling us the things like, this is never going to happen for me, or why can't I just do this, or I'm not as good as that. And actually that is it's just nonsense. It's not even a truth. It's just generally not even a truth. So you need to be really conscious and aware, having real awareness of those emotions. Because if you don't, what you're going to end up doing is you're just going to keep going around in circles, either sponsoring the same type of people. So for example, if the words coming out of your mouth are, you know, this is really hard, it's really hard to get to the top of this business, or I'm not that confident, I'm not that confident, I'm not that confident. Who are you attracting? Because remember, you attract who you are. So really have that focus on what that self-talk is and nipping that in the bud. And just doing things like a meditation to clear that, or having awareness, or jotting it down and just being like, sometimes you just write it out and just cross it out. Rachel did this with us, and she like, you cross it out, you write down what you were saying and then just cross it out like, that's a load of crap. Or Fiona tells you, as soon as you hear yourself saying something, to flick an elastic band on your wrist, and it catches you, because trust me, there'll be so much stuff going on in your head. Or it may be that you're just not sponsoring at all. So you don't want to keep going around in these circles. And it's in times that they're in that reflection, you want to be thinking about, you know, the title of who you are going to be. So rather than be thinking all of those negative things, I want you to go back to that title of your eye on Arbonne, that strength, whatever it was for you. Like, go back to that story that you've said to yourself. And there's a part in a book that I was reading, and if you, let me just dig that out now, I've lost the page. When you find yourself in that emotion or in that state, or you're in that like kind of like negative, you're basically beating yourself up about something that's just not good, you want to be asking yourself basically a better question. So you can change the question. So change what you're saying into a question. And it's not up to you to know the answer to this. So it could be, how could I, for example, for me, how could I promote to national vice president? Because I'm not saying I'll never be a national vice president. This is never going to happen for me. I'm now changing the sentence to be, how could I be a national vice president? It's really hard to actually come back at myself with something quite negative, because it's more of an exploratory question. And it's not up to you, like I say, for you to answer those things, but you're just asking yourself that over again. How can I do this? How can I do this? How can I do this? And your subconscious will bring you the answers at some point. So you could ask that question. You could also change the question to, how would my life look if I promoted to national vice president? Or how would my life look if I promoted to district manager? Or how would my life look if I promoted to RVP or area manager? Or whatever it could be, how would my life look if my business increased by 20%? How would my life look if I got a new car? How would my life look if I added 10 people to my team? I don't know, it could be any question, but changing that around. Or better question. Another question coming along. So write those things down. So how would my life look if I, and hang on, where am I? Thinking about what it is that you want. So I want to earn £1,000 a month. I want my business to grow by 20%. I want to promote to area manager. You could finish it off with because. So I want to promote to national vice president because it will make me feel good, because I will have proved what I said I was going to do, because I want to earn such and such amount a month, because I can treat my kids to Disney World like I've always dreamt of, because whatever it may be. So catch your emotions, catch the negative self-talk, call yourself out on it, have a break, like reflect on it, and then change it to a question now. So you're almost like having this like conversation with yourself. And that's going to be really, really important before you can move forward with the business. We've got to really try and catch ourselves with that. So what I want you to do is I want you to go and look at those I-on-R bonds, those My Stories. I want you to think about what the title is. What is the title of your I-on-R bond? And I would love for you to record a video. Record a video to yourself, acting as if you are in your future self. So your future self being an area manager, or if you're an area manager, being an RVP, if you're district manager, if you're an IC, the next level or the next achievement that you want with the business. And I want you to like act as if it's already happened and what that looked like looking back on yourself. So for example, you know, it would be, hi Jade, it's Jade here. I just want to tell you how proud I am of you. I can't believe you did it. You did this, you achieved this, you know, your team looks like this. Now you're able to do this. I'm so proud of you for keep going through the resilience, whatever that is, but you've got to be thinking, think about the future. Like, what would your perfect day be? You could wake up and nothing was an issue. Like there was no restraints, there was no time restraints, there was no like financial restraints, whatever it is for you. Like, and this may not even be your dream. You may love your life right now how it is, but there may be just something that you're going for, like another goal. What would it feel like to have that? What would that perfect day look like in that moment? And that's the video I want to record. I want you to record to yourself. And what I'll do after this, we're not going to have time to do it tonight. Oh my God, I've got 5 minutes. I love to talk. I will send you a link to some music that I used to listen to every day, and I would just visualize that perfect day. So maybe listen to that music and just, you don't know what's going to come into your brain, but just see like you're waking up in your future self. Turn that music off and press record, and this is to yourself. So there is no end destination with this business. So stop putting pressure on yourself. Today, like tomorrow, the month's passed and I've not done this, and you're beating yourself up. Just say goodbye to that, because there's no end destination. Just decide like, okay, that is what it is. I'm selling lipsticks. I'm selling skincare. We're taking it. No one's dying. There is no end goal. Like, just chill. Like, take that pressure off yourself. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. So forget about the plan. Forget about the outcome of what it is that you've got to do. You really don't need permission from anyone else to do things the way you want to do it. Okay? This business is your way of having fun, and just being like, if someone's going to laugh at me for selling lipstick, then that's fine, but that's all I'm doing. And I'm asking other people if they want to help sell lipsticks with me. Like, when we think about it in that way, it's like, chill out. It's not really that much pressure. And you know, you can start now. Just start doing something that makes you, you know, lights you up, wakes you up in the morning, and just do a meditation, or just think, do you know what? That was funny. I got stressed out about I don't know what, but no one is going to die and we're all fine. So I'm going to move forward. So what would be really good is for you to also, with this like maybe negative self-talk or really trying to find yourself, is really figure out what your strengths are. Do we ever just sit down and think, my strengths are X, Y, and Z? What do you enjoy? What are you good at? Like within this business or just in general, what are your skills? Really write those down, and then you can play with those, and you can actually, there's loads of like strength finder things on the internet that you can go to. But I do think it's important for you to figure out what kind of personality type you are. We've done trainings where we talk about shapes a lot. There's shapes, there's colours, strengths finder, if you Google strengths finder or personality shapes, and just figure out what that is for yourself, so you can really be clear on like, oh, there's one of my personality traits popping up there, like let's just nip that in the bud, or something that's popping out, so you really understand about yourself. And doing the personal development, reading, you know, really involve yourself in reading, and the meditation and calming your mind is going to grow you. Getting onto training calls like this, connecting, being part of GTC and AAC is really going to help too. So 2 minutes to go. Let me just skip through what I've written. Okay, so the more authentic you are, the less fear you will have. The more authentic you are, the less fear you will have. Be authentically you on your videos. If your kid comes in and needs his bum wiping, if you haven't got makeup on, if you don't have to be perfect, but you know, with me, I just decided that like I had no idea what it was that I was doing. Sometimes it was so obvious I was reading a script, sometimes it wasn't, sometimes I just like made stuff up. Rachel called a man, she'd said that he'd turn into the Hulk if he had the protein. Like all of these moments we will look back and laugh on, but doing something is better than doing nothing. So just be authentically you, and just decide who that is. You know, if you're new, say, I'm new, I'm a bit nervous. Like, be honest on a live, or if you don't want to do a live, like pre-record a video and practice. So be authentically you. Yeah, because actually as well, people in the world want you to show up as you and want to hear from you. So like, again, who are you attracting? You are who you attract, not what you want to attract. Don't show up as somebody else. People can see that. And doesn't that just take the pressure off you, just knowing that you can just be you? You don't have to pretend to be somebody else. Look at Fiona again. Fiona actually walked around the streets asking people with a bag of skincare products to just try them, random strangers. Like, she had no idea what she was doing in the start. She was a soldier, but she just decided that doing something was better than doing nothing. I've literally got so many notes, so I'm just gonna have to go through this. So you might be feeling a little bit fed up now. It might be that you're fed up of feeling the position you're in, the promotion you're in, you know, COVID, whatever that is. But just decide now that like enough is enough. I keep saying decide now. Enough is enough. I'm going to learn about myself. I'm going to be authentically me. You know, you can watch me. I'm not having this anymore. And I just have hope that I know where I'm going with this business, because if I've done it, if Rachel's done it, if Danny's done it, if Sally's done it, if Fiona's done it, then so can I. There is no like, oh, is the card going to be pulled for me? Can I actually make it to the next level? Yeah. Just decide that that's where you're going, and the destination, there's no end destination. You're just going to keep going and keep, you know, keep getting up. And Fiona mentioned in her video today, I wrote this down because it was a really good quote. It's in these moments, so through the rejection, you know, people may be saying that you're not enough. People might be laughing at you for doing this R1 thing or whatever it may be. They haven't got a clue what it is that you're doing. You may have told yourself that you're not enough. You may have told yourself this self-talk that you're not good enough, that you're not confident enough. But it's in those moments that you don't give up. You get back up with all your inner strength, and you just keep going. And I'm just going to finish with a Nelson Mandela quote. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Doing something is better than doing nothing. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. So be like an inner warrior. When you get to your desk, doesn't matter whether you're like nervous and confident, whatever it is, my light comes on and I've shut my door and I'm like, I am Jade, inner warrior. Nothing can get to me. I'm going to crack on with this business for an hour, and then I'm going to turn my light off and shut my door, and then it doesn't matter like who you are outside that room or that special place. Like, I'm here, I know who I am, I'm just going to do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it, because I know where I'm going. And some people will laugh, some people will love me, whatever, but I know who I am, and that's me being authentically me. So may your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. We've got to go, we're late. I'm gonna share the music that I love for you to listen to. Shut your eyes, make sure you're on your own, no kids. Visualize your perfect day, and then I want you to send that video to yourself and think about what is your strapline, what's your Eye on Arbonne title, and send it to me. I'd love to hear it. I love you all so much. Lovely to see your faces. I can't wait to see you next week, and we'll move over to the next training. Bye everybody.